Hello, my name is Jasmine, and I'm the teen librarian at the Lamont Public Library District. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a few new teen fiction and graphic novels for the month of March that you'll be able to find here at the library. At the end, I will also be telling you about teen programs we're offering this winter and service hour opportunities that you might be interested in. Let's get started. The Revenant Games by Margie Fuston. Blood is survival for 17-year-old Bly, who lives in the poverty-stricken human villages caught between enemy vampire and witch kingdoms. Most of the time, vampires and witches live in uneasy truce, buying human blood for their food and spells. But for 2 weeks a year, the ceasefire dissolves and they hold the Revenant Games. Any human can play in the games for either the witches or the vampires. Alongside life-changing riches, the witches will raise one person from the dead from whomever captures the highest-ranking vampire. In turn, the vampires offer immortality to whomever captures the most powerful witch. For most humans, the games are a ticket out of poverty. For Bly, it's a chance to get back her dead sister, Elise, and save the life of her dying best friend, Emerson. Together, she and Emerson forge a dangerous plan to play both sides and win both resurrection for Elise and immortality for Emerson. But when the vampire they capture stirs a passion in Bly that she hasn't felt in a long time, she'll have to make a choice between her sister and the boy who's shown her there's more to life than just survival. Read-alikes include All of Us Villains and Kingdom of the Wicked. Cancelled by Farrah Penn. Not to brag, but Bryn Whitaker is basically killing her senior year. She's got the looks, the grades, and a thriving flirt coach business that will help pay for her ultimate dream, Stanford University. But when a highly incriminating video goes viral about after the first Rager of the year, Bryn finds herself at the center of a school-wide scandal of catastrophic proportions. She knows she's not the girl in the video hooking up with her former best friend's boyfriend, while wearing a banana costume no less. Hey, points of style. But adding that to her reputation of being a serial dater, she quickly starts to lose friends and customers. On top of that, the scorn she receives exposes the culture of misogyny that is rampant at her school. And Bryn and her 3 best friends are determined to take down all the haters. But as she gets closer to identifying the person in the video that got her cancelled, Bryn must decide, is exposing the girl worth losing everything she's worked so hard for? This witty, unapologetic novel by Farrah Penn boldly tackles the problematic double standard that seeks to bring girls down, and shines a light on the loving, uplifting friendships that can help them make it through those brutal 4 years. Read-alikes include Rules for Being a Girl by Candace Brusnow and We Regret to Inform You by A.E. Kaplan. Four-Letter Word by Gretchen McNeil. For most of her life, Izzy has been looking forward to fulfilling her mother's dream of studying abroad in Italy. Going into her senior year, Izzy is counting down the days until she can leave her humdrum life behind, until Alberto, a handsome and mysterious Italian exchange student, shows up for his stay with her family. Now life in hometown doesn't seem so drab, as Izzy and everyone else is immediately charmed by Alberto and an incredible accent, but something about Alberto isn't quite right. As an avid true crime fan, Izzy has been following a serial killer case in San Francisco, and the murderer, whose description bears a passing resemblance to the Italian exchange student living in her house, seems to have made his way north. As Izzy pays closer attention to Alberto, his actions, his temper, she finds more and more holes in his story that he has more trouble explaining away. When a local girl is murdered, Izzy thinks Alberto might not be who he seems. Worse, a series of accidents seem to target Izzy herself. In a race against the clock, Izzy must convince herself that Alberto could be a notorious killer before another girl ends up dead. Read-alikes include Perfect Little Monsters by Cindy R. X. He and I Will Follow by Ariane Corrigan. Icarus by Kay Ankrum. Icarus Gallagher is a thief. He steals priceless art and replaces it with his father's impeccable forgeries. For years, one man, the wealthy Mr. Black, has been their target, revenge for his role in the death of Icarus's mother. To keep their secret, Icarus adheres to his own strict rules to keep people and feelings at bay. Don't let anyone close. Don't let anyone touch you. And above all, don't get caught. Until one night, he does. Not by Mr. Black, but by his mysterious son, Helios, now living under the house arrest in the Black Mansion. Instead of turning Icarus in, Helios bargains for something even more dangerous, a friendship that breaks every single one of Icarus's rules. As reluctance and distrust become closeness and something more, they uncover the bars of the gilded cage that have trapped both of their families for years. One, Icarus is determined to escape, but his father's thirst for revenge shows no signs of fading, and soon it may force Icarus to choose the escape he's dreamed of or the boy he's come to love. Reaching for both could be his greatest triumph, or it could be his downfall. Reader likes include Last Seen Leaving by Caleb Wohrig and All of Us with Wings by Michelle Ruiz Keel. Clever Creatures of the Night by Samantha Mabry. Where is Dree? When Case shows up at the isolated West Texas house where her best friend Dree lives with friends from school, Dree is nowhere to be found. Why would she ask Case to visit and then disappear? With 24 hours until her ride home, Case intends to find out. But Dree's roommates can't or won't answer any questions. They leave Case to search alone, to find bits and pieces of Dree's life hidden in and around the house, while they continue playing out a rural utopian fantasy. Their bizarre behavior puts Case on edge, and she's not the only one. The animals nearby are lashing out, strangely aggressive. Something bad happened in this house, something that must be connected to Dree's disappearance. And if she gets too close to the truth, Case might be next. Reader likes include The Honeys and Mexican Gothic. The Encanto's Daughter by Melissa de la Cruz. MJ Rodriguez has spent her life hiding in the human world, keeping a heavy secret. She's half Encanto. As the only child of King Vivencio of the Serena court, she's also next in line for the throne. And now, upon her estranged father's sudden death, MJ must claim her place as rightful heir. In Runderus Bringen, the road to the throne is paved with thorns. Without a reigning monarch, the realm has spiraled into disarray. MJ has to win over a backstabbing council that objects to a half-human ruler. And when it looks like her father's passing wasn't natural but possibly inflicted by a curse, she must hunt down the sorceress behind this merciless magic. In a bind, MJ forges an unlikely alliance with the striking Sir Lucas of the feared Sigbin court, and soon she loses her heart to the mysterious knight. But with peril looming over Briggen, the princess must decide if she can both open herself to love and carry the weight of the crown. Reader likes include Drawn Down by the Moon by P.C. Cast and Shades of Rust and Ruin by A.G. Howard. Ariel Crashes a Train by Olivia A. Cole. Ariel is afraid of her own mind. She's already feeling like she's too big, too queer, too rough to live up to her parents' exacting expectations, or to fit into what the world expects of a good girl. And as violent fantasies she can't control take over every aspect of her life, she is convinced something much deeper is wrong with her. Ever since her older sister escaped to college, Ariel isn't sure if her careful rituals and practices distance will be enough to keep those around her safe anymore. Then a summer job at a carnival brings new friends into Ariel's fractured world, and she finds herself questioning her desire to keep everyone out of her head and her heart. But if they know what she was really thinking, they would run in the other direction, right? Instead, with help and support, Ariel discovers a future where she can be at home in her mind and body, and for the first time learns there's a name for what she struggles with, obsessive-compulsive disorder, and that she's not broken and not alone. Read-alikes include Before We Were Blue by E.J. Schwartz and We Weren't Looking to Be Found by Stephanie Kruen. Future Tense, How We Made Artificial Intelligence and How It Will Change Everything by Martha Brockenborg. Human history has always been shaped by technology, but AI is like no technology has come before it. Unlike the wheel, combustion engine, or electricity, AI does the thing that humans do best: think. While AI hasn't reproduced the marvelously complex human brain, it has been able to accomplish astonishing things. AI has defeated our players at games like chess, Go, and Jeopardy! It's learned to recognize objects and speech. It can create art and music. It's even allowed grieving people to feel as though they were talking with their dead loved ones. On the flip side, it's put innocent people in jail, manipulated the emotions of social media users, and tricked people into believing untrue things. In this nonfiction book for teens, acclaimed author and teacher Martha Brockenborg guides readers through the development of this world-changing technology, exploring how AI has touched every corner of our world, including education, healthcare, work, politics, war, international relations, and even romance. This is essential reading for anyone who wants to understand how artificial intelligence got here, how to make the best use of it, and how we can expect it to transform our lives. Read-alikes include Accountable by Dashka Slater and Money Out Loud by Berna Anat. Marked Man, Frank Serpico's Inside Battle Against Police Corruption by John Florio and Owisi Sharipo. 1971, Brooklyn. New York. Undercover cop Frank Serpico is knocking on a drug dealer's door. His partners are there to back him up, but when the door opens, he's staring down the barrel of a gun, and his partners are nowhere to be found. For more than a century, the New York Police Department has been plagued by corruption, with cops openly taking bribes from gamblers and drug dealers. Not Serpico. He refused to take dirty money and fought to shed light on the dark underbelly of the NYPD. But instead of being hailed as a hero, he became a target for every crooked cop on the force. In Marked Man, John Florio and Owusi Sharipo bring this true story of police corruption to life. John joined Frank Sharipo on his one-man crusade to clean up the largest police force in the United States, and discover the price he had to pay for being an honest cop. Read-alikes include Doomed, Sacco Vanzani, and The End of American Dream. My Hero Academia Volume 37 by Kohei Horikoshi. What would the world be like if 80% of the population manifested superpowers called quirks? Heroes and villains would be battling it out everywhere. Being a hero would mean learning to use your power, but where would you go to study? The Hero Academy, of course. But what would you do if you were one of the 20% who were born quirkless? The terrifying fusion of Tamara and All for One now seem unstoppable. Since the villains have the upper hand, even the President of the United States is considering the unthinkable, capitulating to Tamura. But Mirko, Edshot, and Genist are still on the scene, holding on for dear life. The hero's big plan was always to pit Midoriya against Tamura, and when he finally arrives and sees what's happened, all bets are off. Midoriya is ready to face his deadly rival. Read-alikes include Tokyo Aliens by Nayo and Assassination Classroom by Yusi Matsu. This winter, for tween and teen programs, we're offering Adventures Unite, Teen Treat Yourself book bags, and Snack and Study with Therapy Dogs. We're also doing 100 books before graduation, where you read 100 books before graduating, log them through your Beanstack account, and win prizes on the way to 100. For service hours, we have our At Your Service and Teen Volunteer Squad programs and our Character Pen Pals letter writing program, where you can come in and pick up a kit to write letters to children as their favorite character. We also have book reviews and advanced reader copybook reviews, where you get to keep the title after reviewing it. We also are launching our Teen Test Lab Volunteer Opportunities program, where you can test new and existing program ideas. Teens will receive service credit for participating in Teen Test Lab programs. The programs that are part of the Teen Test Lab include Snack and Study with Therapy Dogs. I have Teen Take and Makes each month if you're looking for a quick craft to complete at home. This month's craft will be finger knit rainbows. If you'd like any more information about programs or service opportunities, you can contact me at jwilkerson@lamontlibrary.org. Thank you, and have a great day.